It's a great day to be rich. Say it with me. It's a great day to be rich. Say it one more time to lock it in. It's a great day to be rich. Realize I am consciousness happening. I'm Vivian Rich, your host here at Live Richer with Ease. It is my dominant intent to help you live richer with ease as you're building wealth through business with ease. That's right. With ease. That's what we're going to do here. Today, it's a wonderful day to talk about a subject that kind of like keeps coming around and actually might be my secret power. Let's say that, maybe my superpower. All right. You ever feel like at times you're going forward and things are going good and you're moving and you're making progress and things are really working for you. However, uh, something happens, right? And it seems like you're moonwalking back, right? Or what they say, taking how many steps back? Well, let's talk about it today. We're going to go into that because there are no losses. There are no losses with Trent. I know you've heard this and you hear people say, last night I took an L, but today I bounced back, right? You've heard all of those things. Well, the L doesn't have to be a loss. It could be a lesson. It's all up on you, how you choose to receive it and you expect it. The L does not have to be a loss. It could be a lesson, right? Get that down in your head. Write that down. If my rich friends, it could be a lesson. But we're going to dive into that a little bit more deeply after you just pull up your chair and get your notepad and be sure to share with a friend and invite a friend along with you here on this journey because there are no losses in life. There's just not. I know we've been taught that forever. I missed this opportunity. I lost that. There are no losses. I can think back, a time when I was more recently, when I was experiencing some health challenges, and I was like lying there in the hospital. Okay, rich friends, I was actually in the hospital, and I was having these concerns as to looking over my life, and came to the epiphany that actually this is asking the questions and the epiphany and asking questions within myself. There were lessons that I was learning, lessons I've learned throughout my life, lessons I learned that why am I here? That was my question. Why am I here? Get out of here. That was it. Okay. Those are my two questions. But there were lessons, life lessons that I learned through that process and that experience. And, having even had some loss of businesses. Yes, your girl had a loss of business. I wouldn't say a loss of business. It was definitely a lesson of business because it was a relinquishing and releasing of getting what you want, but not necessarily on the terms that you want. You ever experienced that? You want something so badly, but you don't know how to go about to get it. And when you get it, it may not be in the package that you expected it, right? Well, that's what happened with myself and my business venture. And I don't have a problem telling you about that in another video, perhaps. But nonetheless, coming back and reinventing, there was no loss in that. There was coming back of expansion. I wouldn't say reinventing because it's, we're here and we're just expanding, regardless of what life experiences we have. We're always expanding. And there are no losses. That was the thing, it was deep for me to really get that. Once I got that concept, there's no losses. It was like life-changing. And I believe it'll be life-changing for you as well once you get the concept that there are no losses. There's no losses at all. They're just lessons. And then you're going to learn how. You're going to learn how you can maneuver and how to master it. All right. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. You're like, here's the good stuff. I'm going to give you the good stuff. Yes, there's been losses. There has been those what they call L's in relationship. Many of us have had that, especially if we've been around the sun a couple of times. We've had that experience where some relationships just did not work out or finish the way they started. Can you relate? Can you relate? Can you relate? Well, of course you can. If you've been around the sun a couple of times, you most definitely can. Well, those are not losses. Remember, they are lessons, and we glean from them and have opportunity to expand even in those. Now, what I really want, and I know you want to get your mind wrapped around, is, hey, Vivian, how do I maneuver through those things? How do I master it? What are the three ways to get everything that is mine? What are the three ways to get it? Glad you asked. Okay? Really glad you asked. One of the ways, the number one way to get what you want in life, how to regain, how to regain, yes, how to get those things back that you thought you may have lost, but you know they're lessons now, or how to actually experience the life that you really want to experience as you're building more business and so forth. One of the main ways is your thoughts. It's in the thought process. It starts in our thoughts process, my friends. Our thoughts are so powerful. A lot of times we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think this up on myself. Well, did you? Or did you not? Did you think about it? A lot of times we go through life just not thinking. We just doing. How many of you recall how many times you stroked your teeth this morning when you were brushing your teeth? How many of you recall that? How many of you recall your drive to work if you went out to work today? Every detail of it. How many of you recall it? Probably not many. How many of you recall the show you watched last night or the last thing you watched before you went to sleep? Mm, you probably hadn't given any consideration to that. Well, these different things and activities that happen in our life that we don't give consideration to, they're actually depositing into an experience. Now, that doesn't mean you got to be on guard, like, oh, no, no, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, your girl is not going to leave you high and dry on defense and in anxiety. That's another show. That's somebody else. I don't do that. I'm going to give you solution and remedy to this. Being mindful. You've heard the term mindful, but I like to use aware. You're aware. When you're more aware, you're able to bring more of what you want into your experience and less of what you don't when you're more aware. So I want you to take an opportunity to become more aware of your experience, meaning being aware and by way of intentionality. What it is you want to experience. What do you want to experience? Say, I want to experience this. I want to experience that. What is it you want to experience? Being clear about that. You know, that's the first thing. You've got to know your thoughts. And when I'm saying knowing your thoughts, that means the next takes to the next step, how you're feeling. Because your thoughts and your feelings they intertwine. They play a nice little, they have a nice cadence. They harmonize. So your thoughts and your feelings, you may be feeling this way because you thought this. You may be thinking this way because you felt that. So being more aware of your experience, of how your body is feeling, how your thoughts are moving through your head and what happens differently within you, and also what happens outside of you will soon start to reflect what's going on inside of you. All right, you say, Vivian, this is a little bit overkill, too much tech. All right, so here's the deal. When I went through the experience of my business, we talk about that. The business, one of the businesses, okay? When I went through the experience of my business being the leaving it, whatever you want to call the life lesson of that, for months. I was stand corrected for years, actually. I was feeling it was time to leave. Has anybody ever felt that way about a business? They're not asking about a relationship, huh? You may very well say, yeah, right there. Keep your hands down. Don't, process it. Okay. This is not the place to do it right here to process that completely. But nonetheless, I felt as if I was stuck. I felt as if there was more to experience in life. And I just didn't know who to turn in my pink slip. I didn't know how to get out of it because there were so many people that were dependent, or at least I felt this way, that were dependent upon my decisions. The decisions I made impacted so many other lives. Anyone feel that way? I know you do, especially if you're a business owner feel that way because you think about your people because it's your people that really that really motivate you and inspire you to continue on because the people you're able to impact in your service and being you and providing your business. Nonetheless, I just felt that way. I didn't know where to go. And because I kept feeling it inside, things around me started shaping up and aligning with how I was feeling. So it was only a matter of time before I had to learn the lesson and leave the business. And I share this with you because I want you to realize, rich friend, if I had known these tools that I currently know today, I could have garnered some new thoughts. I could have created a different experience in that. Now, had that not had that opportunity opened a door for me to experience a life as I had never experienced, to be able to travel freely with ease, okay? To be able to do the things that I kept putting off and saying, well, when I get this amount of money, then I'll do this. Who's in here with me on that? When I get this amount of money, I will be able to do this. Let me let you in on the secret, friend. Lean in, lean in. It's not the money. It's not the money that's stopping you from being, doing, and having whatever you want to have. It's not the money. See, it's not the money. Now, this is where you're going to get it. How you're going to get your stuff back by way of your thoughts, your feelings, and the action. Number three, the action that you take. It's the action. Now, a lot of times, and especially after that experience, when that particular situation happened, the next morning when I awakened, I kid you not, I felt as I had been reborn. I felt light. I had not a care or worry in my experience. I got to wake up with the sunrise. Yeah, hadn't done that for decades. Okay, decades. But nonetheless, I was able to take some actions. I had to lay there and sit, and I chose to sit in my moment and to decide how I want to feel, what I want, what my life looks like. Because I had already kind of started getting some pictures before, but that business was kind of keeping me from what I wanted to experience. At least that's what I thought at the time. All right. So what I ended up doing was sitting there and collecting and taking actions from a place of ease because I felt so at ease and at peace that next morning when I awakened. It was like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is what it feels like to hear the birds in the morning. This is what it feels like to let the sun be my alarm clock. This is what it feels like to be fully rested, right? I was going through all that. I embraced it and I sucked it in and I enjoyed it. I really soaked in it. Now, then, of course, those enemies come. The enemies, the enemies that come and they come to affect our thoughts and our feelings. Those twins, they come to all of us. Who knows what they are? Put them in the chat. Hi, Claudia. Okay. Who knows what those two enemies are that come in? They come in every time. Fear and doubt. Fear and doubt are the enemies. They're the ones that keep us and help us feel like we are losing when we're not. We're just having lessons. Okay? Fear and doubt. The fear and doubt came in thinking like, oh gosh, oh my gosh, I won't be getting paid after, such and such period more days. Next month, I will not have that big drop. Oh my gosh. I got kids that I need to take care of. Oh my gosh, my staff. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do. I failed everyone. You experience that? All of those things started to come in. And they are the doubts. Those are the enemies. Fear and doubt. Those twin enemies, they come in and they will suck the life out of each of us every time we give them our attention. So this is why I can say there's three ways that you can get everything that you may have thought you've lost. Get everything that's yours. You really don't want what you've lost. Who really wants what's scratched and dented up and paid full price for it? No, I don't. Hope you wouldn't. Okay. still, you have to give attention to what you want more of, and that's what you're going to experience for sure. But remember how you're feeling. How are you feeling? That's your number one indicator. What your thoughts are. That's your feelings are telling you what your thoughts have been. They intertwine. Remember, they harmonize and they have that little dance. And then the action you take afterwards. Now, you can take action from a place of peace, calm, and ease. Highly recommended. Or you can take action from a place of worry and distress, from the fear and doubt, those two enemies. And when you make decisions from that place, it's always a continual spiral down. It's always going to be that. It's never going to be an uplifting or elevating experience. It's always going to go down, 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 because you're not allowing yourself to calibrate with your true being and who you really are. You're just going with the flow. You're just trying to keep up. You're just trying to keep things together, holding all the plates and balancing all the things, right? Been there. Yes, we have. We do this as leaders, as business owners. That is something that comes with our territory and our choices. There's a lot of things to juggle. However, it doesn't have to be difficult. There is ease in that. You can have everything that you want to experience. You can be, you can do it, you can have it. If you are only cognizant and take time to be more aware of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, and how you're taking action. I'm Vivian Rich. I want to inspire you to live richer with ease as you build wealth through business. And if you want to learn more about what we do here and who I am, visit vivianrich.com. That's vivianrich.com. I look forward to seeing you be successful, and I look forward to you having a great day to be rich. Till next time.